An illustrious career, as you said, Aiden.
Luchar watches the first pitch from Terry sail high, 1-0. For Luchar, she was hit by the pitch. Got hit around the ankle or the top of the foot to begin the game. Came around to score the game's first run. The 1-0, Luchar up and in.
And already starting out this at-bat better because Luchar isn't standing on first like last time when it was the first pitch of Terry's day. But turning over the lineup card already for the Ducks is a good sign.
2-0 from Terry. Luchar pulled back a bunt and watched the ball. 3-0. I don't know, 36 pitches now for Caitlin Terry, and Dylan, I think maybe just having some trouble with her command. We've seen 3 balls that have gone to the backstop. 2 of them have resulted in Oregon taking a base because of it, but these last 3 pitches to Luchar, not really close. These are kind of easy takes.
Absolutely, and this one will probably be down the middle.
But it's not. It's down and in, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Kai Luchar. So a hit by pitch and a walk. No official at-bats by Luchar. 2 plate appearances and 2 trips to first base.
And Noy Perez and the home plate umpire, John Baca, talking. And then she's going to have a conversation with Terry. And I don't blame you. Like you said, the command issues have been prevalent for Terry. Will she be taken out?
It looks like Coach Perez is now going back towards the home plate umpire, John Baca. Didn't look like anyone was warming up in the Bruins bullpen, or at least just gotten started, and we will have a pitching change. It's going to be Addison Fisher taking the place of Caitlin Terry. So Coach Perez for the Bruins has seen enough. Addison Fisher into the ball game with Kai Luchar at first base and no one out in the bottom of on the infield, and it's a stolen base for Luchar. And the Ducks with a runner on second with no one out. Pitch to McCoy was the ball.
Just leaping like a rabbit. Gets up there and manages to probably save Luchar a trip to third. That would have gone away, but Kai Luchar just so automatic on that stolen base.
The 1-0, McCoy hits it hard down the line. Look out in the Ducks dugout. For Riley, her first at-bat came in the first inning, an RBI single when Kai Luchar, same situation, she was on second base with no one out and drove her in on a line drive out to left field. Fisher set, the righty, home on the 1-1. McCoy pops it up deep to center field. Clemens is going back, now back a couple more steps, makes the catch, tagging from second on to third. Luchar in there with a head-first dive. So Riley McCoy does her job in getting the runner over. Now the Ducks are 60 feet away from making it a 3-0 game.
Yeah, 60 feet away, and her sister will now take the batter's box. And there's so many ways to score this run now, and that's why it's so good. You have 1 out. Kai Luchar's speed 60 feet away, and Kedry.
So Kedry Luchar up to bat, a chance to drive in her sister. She leads the Ducks in hits with 57. First pitch skips in. Low and away, ball 1.
She's been having such a breakout year, and she was already one of the prominent players on this team, but she's taking such a step up, batting in the 460s. That's unheard of.
1-0 on the inside corner. Good placement by Fisher, evens it up at a ball and a strike. Not really that much you can do with that pitch if you're Kai Luchar. If you end up swinging, it's probably just going to be off the handle. A slow grounder, not going to go very far. So the 1-1. She hits it on a line out to center. Clemens is not gonna catch it. It's overhead, 1 up against the wall. Luchar has scored. Kedry's trying to get to third. She gets there. An RBI triple sends all the Ducks fans up out of their seats. And it's family business. Kedry driving in Kai, and it's 3-0 Oregon here in the bottom of the third.
And the fish finally bit. That one is going to the wall. Clements didn't have the read on it. Took the right approach. First step should always be forward first as an outfielder, but just a late read, not getting it off the bat. Like you said, family business as usual.
There's going to be a run no matter what, even if she had made that catch. She could not, and now the same situation. Another Luchar on third base with 1 out and a run in. And McCox takes low, 1-0.
Now 3 runs on this day, tying how many the Ducks scored on Friday, but this time it's in the third inning. Just what a difference. And Melissa Lombardi, locker room talk yesterday, definitely changed a couple things. I'm sure of it. You can tell in the field the product's just different.
It was RBI number 38 of the season for Kedri Luchar, her third triple on the campaign. And now we'll have a meeting, I think. The pitcher, Addison Fisher, I believe, has her pitch comm. Something
Yeah, I think something
not
wrong
working.
with it. Yeah.
Technical difficulties. But Emma Cox up to bat. Last time up, she struck out swinging against Caitlin Terry and had a chance to drive in a run. Riley McCoy was on third base with one out, couldn't get her home, but then thankfully, player on deck for Oregon, Paige Sinicki, drove her in with a single back in the first inning. Ducks scored 2 runs in the first. They've scored 1 so far here in the third.
And they've just been aggressive. I mean, the aggressive mentality when hitting has been a mantra of Melissa Lombardi's team. And they're really taking it to heart here and then bringing it to the Bruins for these first 3.
So after all that, a new pitch comm given to Addison Fisher. The run that scored is charged to Caitlin Terry. She's given up 3 earned today. Pitch to Cox. She grounds it foul.
Yesterday, Cox versus Fisher, 0 for 3, grounded out, popped out, struck out.
Struck out to end the ball game against Fisher yesterday. The 1-1 and off speed, a little bit high. 2-1.
She landed a similar one like that yesterday. And that off speed, she likes to just dip it down to graze the top of the zone, but that one a bit too high. Home plate umpire not having it.
2-1. Cox fights it off, fading foul and into Oregon's bullpen. Or around it. 2-2.
Walks just early and sees the high pitch under it. And Emma Cox doesn't necessarily have the fastest hands on this team, so if she can get something kind of on the outer part of the plate that she can hit, I think she'd prefer it.
These are big situations for the Ducks. Got to capitalize on every single opportunity, especially with how good UCLA is. The 2-2. Cox, a little grounder towards third. Luchar's hung up on the base path. Mujica throws down, and then it gets away into the outfield to left field. Luchar's going to come in to score. Cox scoots up to second. Not the way the Ducks drew it up at all. An error by UCLA, but it's a run nonetheless, and Oregon out to a 4-0 advantage.
And when you have a Luchar sister bearing down, the pressure just mounts, and the mentality, you need to be so strong mentally when playing defense on every second of the game, and that one got away from Mujica. See, good play from Woolery, and just not the throw you want. Just couldn't glove it. Bragg.
Kanaya Bragg, the shortstop, had to go over to the third base bag to go and cover, and maybe just a tad too late getting over there. So the Ducks plate another run. Emma Cox up to second, and it's 4-0 to the home team. Sinicki squares to bunt, and it rolls south of the dish. Ball 1. So they charge an error on UCLA that's going to go against the catcher, Sophia Mujica. Cox reaches on a fielder's choice, and then up to second on the error. Well, we've talked about it this season for Oregon. They like to steal a lot of bases, and that one, it's not a stolen base. It kind of felt like one, though. Just mind-boggling of the Bruins. Sinicki hits this one high to center field, but not all that deep. Clemens makes the catch. Cox a little bluff off second just for the throw, and it was a good one. Clemens into Woolery at third for out number 2.
And it's unfortunate for Fisher, besides the triple she gave up, that last run just not really her fault. And I think it's just kind of odd to think about this defensively, how these two teams have just absolutely flipped from Sunday to Saturday.
Brings up Desiana Patman. Takes the first pitch strike from Fisher. Patman struck out swinging to end the bottom of the first inning against Caitlin Terry. Cox, not tremendous speed on second base. Patman got hit on the elbow, and I think They say that one went off the knob of her bat, rather, so it's a foul ball.
I mean, I think just how that kind of ricocheted off of her. I mean, I would be shocked if it hit off her hand. That hand would have to be made out of steel or wood.
And Coach Lombardi is talking it over with the home plate umpire, John Baca. It looked like Patman kind of flinched. I thought maybe if it hit her, we'll take another look.
That might have gone off the wrist guard.
It's close, but I think just the way that one caromed, I would say it went off the knob of the bat. They stick with that call, so foul ball, 0-2 to Patman. Fisher's pitch to her. Patman pokes it foul the other way.
Patman able to get a double off Fisher yesterday. But so far, against Terry in her last at-bat, struck out to end the first.
Just one of 3 hits for Oregon yesterday against Addison Fisher, the only one of extra base variety. The 0-2, Patman takes a little bit inside.
That one almost getting the hand again. Patman able to take a ball there.
And the 1-2. Dez ropes it out to left field. Diving catch coming in on the charge. Riley Slimp makes a fantastic play to end the inning. Done with 3 full.
So dominant. I mean, I don't expect her to slow down anytime soon.
Tough part of the order she has to face second time against 2, 3, 4 for UCLA. Pola, Woolery, and Grant. First pitch, Pola swats it to shortstop Sinicki on one hop. A good play and a good throw over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Lindsey Grind to begin the top of inning number 4.
Sinicki has become a goldfish from yesterday, and now just delivered a dart and a good play right there. Just hot off the bat of Pola. Throw that one down to first. That's the Gold Glover we know and love.
The goldfish with the gold glove. Committed an error yesterday that kind of got things started for the Bruins in their 8-0 win. But a good play there. First pitch to Jordan Woolery, a strike. Lindsey Grind's just filling up the zone today. This will be pitch number 50. The 0-1 home, Woolery, another ground ball. A tougher play for Sinicki. She cannot get to it. Laid out on the dirt, but out of her reach. A 1-out single past the shortstop for Jordan Woolery.
Good aggressiveness from Woolery. Just found the pitch she liked. And just get on base. It's so important for UCLA.
Brings up Megan Grant. Popped out to third base in the second inning. Had a 3-1 count, but Grind got her to reach. First pitch to the AB. Outside, 1-0.
Cox tried to do a frame job. But as you said before, Aiden, I mean, Melissa Lombardi talked about it yesterday. The pitching woes were a large part because they were just falling behind early, and Grind hasn't really fell behind.
Falls behind here, 2-0, trying to nibble at that outside edge to the lefty Grant.
Might be pitching Grant a little bit carefully, but need to be on attack mode. Need to find a good balance, especially against a dangerous hitter.
2-0. Grant swings, flies this one the other way down the left field line. It is going to one hop up and over the sidewall. Kai Lushar in a full sprint. Couldn't quite get to that one.
No, just a bit too much power off it. And it did stay on that sidewall, so if that one was just a bit slower, she could have made a play on it.
2 balls and a strike to Megan Grant. Jordan Woolery on first base, top of the 4th inning. Ducks with a 4-0 advantage. Winner of this series jumps in a sole possession of first place in the Big Ten Conference. The 2-1. Outside again. 3 balls and a strike.
Working her out and low. Doesn't want to put something too far inside, but the other thing, Grant, she might be expecting it.
She takes the 3-1 low, and patience makes perfect. She draws the walk. So back-to-back base runners for UCLA. Woolery up to second. Grant down to first on the free pass with 1 out.
Bragg in a similar situation yesterday is where she hit her 3-run shot with the 2 runners on base. Grind isn't allowing that to happen.
And Emma Cox is going to go out to talk to Lindsey Grind. Just saw a shot earlier, a couple Arms warming up in the bullpen. Elise Sokolsky, a righty for Oregon, and Stacey Chambers, a lefty. Kanaya Bragg scheduled to hit, and as you mentioned, Dylan, hit that 3-run homer yesterday. That was off Taylor Spencer in the top of the 6th inning. Really cemented a Bruins victory, put them from up 5-0 to 8-0. Bragg today, one at bat, she walked in the second. Ducks defense up the middle, playing a little bit back, Sinicki and Jones. And Grind grabs the outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. A little bit up and inside. Competitive pitches from Grind.
Aggressive as well. I mean, she's an aggressive pitcher, and she really just attacks all the time, and it's such a pro of her game.
And the 1-1 reached for and poked foul, out of play. Lindsey Grind now jumps ahead of Kanaya Bragg. Ball and 2 strikes.
Grind has really been all velocity today, and that's what's gone the punch out. But maybe now, kind of going through second, third time, she'll start to land the off speed.
Foul ball. I thought she struck out Kanaya Bragg, but just got a piece of that ball, and she stays alive.
Yeah, work south. Hasn't really gone at the bottom of the zone too much today. And Bragg just trying to change her bat path and fouled it off. A little tip.
1-2 again. Floater caught by Sinicki at shortstop. They're going to turn the DP. Unbelievable. Paige Sinicki, the Rawlings Gold Glove winner last year, making a case to go back-to-back. Second time in this game the Ducks have turned a double play. Halfway a sellout today, but still a really nice crowd here on attendance at Jane Sanders Stadium. Bottom of Oregon's order, due up 7-8-9. Ayana Shaw, Katie Flannery, and Kaylin Jones. Shaw fouls off the first pitch.
Order infields are in for Shaw as she tried to put down that bunt towards the first base line, but Megan Grant had a read on it, able to throw that down to second to Savannah Pola.
A 1, Shaw pokes it the other way, deflecting off the glove of Woolery, out to the shortstop Bragg. No play will be made. Ayana Shaw, it's a good piece of hitting, just sticking your bat out there, put it into play, good things will happen. It's a lead off. Could be a hit.
And the sharp defense of UCLA just turning a little bit blunt. They're just not able to really glove things the way they were yesterday. Something's changed.
And it was leadoff single for Ayana Shaw. That's 2 hits in this series. Flannery flares it back foul, 0-1.
If this bottom of the lineup can get going, Aiden, I mean, they've been kind of dormant this whole weekend. Katie Flannery, she definitely has some lightning in her bat.
Fisher, 0-1. Flannery takes outside. Shaw dancing off of first. So the Ducks, that was their 4th hit of the day. That is tied the most they've had in a single game this series. It happened on Friday when they got 4 hits and scored 3 runs. Just had 3 yesterday and no runs. Flannery, a wild swing and a miss. Shaw stealing second, gets there as the throw trickles into center field. She dove in head first and maybe got a little bit shaken up. She took a tough collision into the bag. She wasn't able to get up, and she's still down on the ground. Tough sight to see.
She faced some injury issues earlier in the year, so definitely a little scary.
Take another look. I think it was a hit and run. Flannery had to swing no matter what. It wasn't a very good pitch to swing at. And now Shaw up to her feet, but the shortstop Bragg had a cut in front of the second base bag, had to go off the tip of her glove, and Ayana Shaw up on 2 feet talking with the trainers and Coach Lombardi, trying to shake this one off.
And it looked to be a part of the collision. Just her legs were kind of up, diving into first, able to get under the tag, and Bragg I think her arm collided with Shaw, but she'll stay out, Aiden.
Yeah, she's going to stay in there.
So
a single and then a stolen base, and then, as the Ducks do, it's been their kind of stolen base celebration is to stick the landing, and Shaw brings that one out, and seems like she's feeling a little bit better.
The dugout just greeted with a smile, and that's always good to see when a player goes down.
So the Ducks have had the leadoff runner on in innings 1, 3, and 4, and both times they've then advanced to second base. That one's outside to Flannery, 2-2.
Yeah, just definitely establishing that leadoff hitter. Been a struggle for both sides, and UCLA figured it out yesterday, and the Ducks figuring out now in the most important game of this series.
Fisher in a big spot here. The 2-2. Flannery watches it go down low. 3-2 now to Oregon's third baseman. Flannery looking for a big hit. Was 0 for 2 yesterday. The pitch to her is up and away. Ball 4. So a leadoff single. Handed out by Fisher, and then gives the walk to Flannery. Ducks with back-to-back base runners here in the fourth.
And Fisher kind of facing her first trouble all weekend long. And this one actually from her own arm. And that pitch was high. It was pretty borderline. I don't think the Bruins necessarily liked the call, but nonetheless, with no outs, runners on first and second, Fisher needs to find something.
Brings up Kaylin Jones, the 9th hitter in the Ducks order. See if she might try to drop down a bunt to advance the runners. Pitch from Fisher. She tried to poke at it and went around and missed. It's a strike.
And that bunch is kind of poking at it, but also coming down on it, maybe trying to go a little bit of a chop or give herself more time to advance the runners.
It's a tough thing to execute, especially with this Bruins defense. Woolery and Grant crashing in down the lines. Jones not bunting, takes a ball. And I found it interesting, the second baseman for UCLA, Savannah Pola, every time, no one's really covering the second base bag, so after the pitch is fired, Pola's got to run over and then hold Shaw on.
Interesting situation to be in. You need to be able to cover first and second there.
The 1-1, Jones takes away, and it's 2-1.
She's definitely getting some good little half sprints in, kind of going to second, just making sure Ayanna Shaw stays put.
And Jones 0 for 1, a fly out in the second inning. A 2-1 from Fisher. Swings and hits that one down the first base line, but to the right of the line.
Jones maybe a little shaken after the swing, takes a bit of time.
Ducks already with a 4-0 advantage ahead of the Bruins. And something brewing for Oregon offensively in the bottom of the fourth. They've got the first 2 base runners on. It'll be a 2-2 to Kaylin Jones. Fisher's pitch, grounded down towards first, foul again.
Good battle from Jones.
Bracy Rosa is standing in the on-deck circle for Oregon. That would be Kailu Shar's spot, number 1 in the Ducks order. Another 2-2. Jones, a little half swing, didn't go around, and it's another ball. 3-2.
And Rosa in the on-deck circle, I mean, she pinch hit for Kailu Shar in game 1, about the 6th inning. And it could be if they advance the runners to third with 1 out, Rosa has the pop to get a sac fly.
The payoff from Fisher. Jones swings, hits that one hard to the right center field gap. Osteen is back, and it's gone! The first career home run for Kaylin Jones. And it couldn't come at a bigger moment. Ducks have put up a touchdown. It's 7-0 Oregon.
The Jane is rocking, and for good reason. First career home run from Jones. And she's never hit a ball as pure as that one. Finally, Addison Fisher officially broken That one got out of there in a hurry. Perfect spot.
Now off the bat, I'll be honest, I wasn't quite sure if that one was going to get out. It was Kylie Luchar after the 3-run home run by Kaylin Jones. We talk about some of these freshmen on this Oregon team. Riley McCoy with 14 homers, Stephanie Maake with 13, Emma Cox with 4, but Kaylin Jones finds her first in a big way. 2-0 now to Luchar.
You know, she's not known to be the power threat. That's not why she came to Oregon. She came to Oregon to play some great defense and drop down some bunts and use her speed and get on. But the power comes through at a pivotal time. Looking like it's like a football score here, Aiden, as he said.
3-0 to Luchar, and I think Fisher and UCLA, they seem shell-shocked right now. Just took the wind right out of their sails. 3-0, Luchar tosses the bat, takes ball 4. Second time in this game Luchar has walked, third time that she's reached base.
It hasn't registered really in at bat because of the 3 walks. And I think a change will be made.
And you're right, Dylan. New pitcher enters the ball game for UCLA. It's going to be Taylor Tinsley. Addison Fisher is done. Fish out of water, and the Ducks with a